So welcome back, and we're continuing with our study of exponents in grade 8. So let's dive straight in. And what we're going to be looking at today is examples where we have normal numbers mixed up with numbers with exponents. Now remember that we can multiply numbers in any order. If we've got 2 times by 3, we can swap that around and make it 3 times by 2. We get 6 either way. So what we can do over here is we can actually rearrange this and write it in a different order. So we can put these two kind of normal numbers next to one another, and we get 8. And then we've got a total of 8 threes. So we can write our answer as 8 times 3 to the 8, or 8 brackets 3 to the 8. Or we could write instead of a times, we can write a dot. I don't really like that very much. I think it gets confused with the decimal point. Okay, but a dot is we write a comma, decimal comma. Okay, so just a reminder that when we've got a normal number and a number with exponents, we cannot multiply those two things. All right, 2 times 3 squared actually means 2 times 3 times 3. It's actually 18. 6 squared is not 18. Okay, so you cannot multiply a number into a number with just got an exponents on. So let's do a little bit of practice. We'll do one together first, and then we'll ask you to try some. All right, so this one over here, normal 2 times a normal 3, that's 6. And then how many 4s have we got altogether? That's right, we've got a total of 10 4s. And so 6 times 4 to the power of 10 will be our answer. Notice we always work downwards. We always write an equal sign, and we always underline our answer. Right, we want you to pause the video, try the rest of the questions in exercise 6, and then we'll go over them together. Okay, so this one over here, 3 times 7, 21, times 2 to the power of 7, a total of 7 2's multiplying together. This one we've got 4 times 5, that's 20. Then we've got our 2's, and there's a total of 10 of them. And then we've got our 3's, and there's a total of 7 of them. Okay. The next one. These we've only got numbers with exponents on. The base is the same, so we're just going to add the exponents. 2 to the power of 18. Right. But remember what that means. 2 to the 5 means 5 2's multiplying together. 2 to the 13 means 13 2's multiplying together. Altogether, we've got 18 2's multiplying together. This one's got a variety of things. It's got 2 normal numbers here. 3 times 5, 15. Then we've got 3 2's over here, another 4 2's over here, and another 3 2's over here. A total of 10 2's multiplying together. Okay. All right, let's turn over and see what's on the next page. This one's only got numbers with exponents on, so we just add the exponents. 3, 5, 11. 11 5's multiplying together, all right, is 5 to the power of 11. This one, notice now we've got some integers, all right, and everything in maths is connected to everything else. Okay, so a positive 2 times a negative 4, negative 8. Times, how many 5's are there altogether? There are 6 5's. How many 7's are there altogether? There are 5 7's. And there's our final answer. Okay, let's look at H. Normal 2 times a normal 9, 18. 4 5's here multiplying together. 2 more, a total of 6 5's multiplying together. Okay, this one we've got a normal 2 and a normal 5, that's 10. And then we've got a total of 16 3's multiplying together. Okay, and then this one, we've got all the numbers have got exponents on, but we can't start comparing ones or multiplying ones that have got different bases. So let's look at the 5's. Altogether, we've got 5 to the power of 8. How many 8's have we got altogether? Well, we've got 3 here and another 2 here. We've got 8 to the power of 5. Okay, it's absolutely fine if you wrote 8 to the power of 5 times 5 to the power of 8. In other words, if you swap that multiplication sign around. Okay. Right. Now, so what we've got so far, we've got one rule that we kind of worked out for ourselves. We worked out that when we multiply numbers with the same base, what we do is we add their exponents. Okay, what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at what happens when we divide numbers which have exponents. Okay, first we're going to remind ourselves about fractions, which we did last term. All right, and remember that if we've got a fraction, we can generate an equivalent fraction as long as we divide or multiply by the same amount. So for example, 8 over 24, we could divide the top and the bottom by 2 to get 4 over 12. Right? That's equivalent. It's not in simplest form. We could actually multiply the top and the bottom by 4 now, and we'd get 1 over 3. And we could have gone directly there by just taking the top and the bottom and dividing by 8. Right? But remember that we can divide the top and the bottom by the same amount. So let's look at 2 to the power of 7 over 2 to the power of 3. Let's expand it. Let's write it out in full. That's 7 2's on the top and 3 2's on the bottom. Now, we can divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. Some people will use the word cancel. We don't actually like that word. It's not a very good word because cancel suggests that there's nothing left. If you've got 5 and you add negative 5, they cancel each other out and you're left with 0. But if you've got, say, let's go with 4 divided by 8, and you divide the top by 4 and the bottom by 4, you don't get 0. You get numbers left. So we rather say divide by than cancel. Okay, so we've got 7 2's on the top, 3 2's on the bottom. We can divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. We can do it again. Divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. And we can do it one more time. Divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. Notice every time we do these divisions, we get a 1. Okay, so on the bottom, we just left with 1. And on the top, we've got, let's see how many 4's we got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, sorry. We've got 4 2's left, which is 2 to the power of 4. Okay, right. We're going to ask you to pause the video just now to try these ones, but we're going to just do 2 more with you first. Okay, so 3 to the 4 over 3 squared. That's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And on the bottom, we've got 3 times 3. Right, now, listen to the terminology here. Listen to what we say. We can divide the top by 3, it goes in once, and the bottom by 3, it goes in once. All right, we have not changed the value of the fraction. This is an equal sign. This is still the same thing. We can do it again. We can divide the top by 3, it goes in once, and we can divide the bottom by 3, it goes in once. Let's look at what we've got left. On the top, we've got 2 3's multiplying together. That's 3 squared. And on the bottom, we've just got 1 times 1. That's all we've got. There's our answer. Okay, we want you to try and formulate a rule for yourselves as we go here. We're going to do one more together before we pause. So on the top, we've got 6 7's. 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Okay, let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hala, hala. And on the bottom, we've got 2 7's. So we're going to divide the top by 7 and the bottom by 7. That keeps the fraction the same. Now we're going to do it again. Top by 7, bottom by 7. Okay, now all the 7's are gone on the bottom. Let's see what we've got left. On the top, we've got 4 7's multiplying together. On the bottom, we've just got 1, so there's our answer. Okay, we're going to ask you to pause the video and try the rest of these questions, all of the ones on these 2 pages, up to the end of J. Okay. Okay, so this one, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 5 5's. And on the bottom, we've just got a 1 5. Right, so we can divide the top by 5 and the bottom by 5. Final answer, 5 to the power of 4. Okay, next one, 2 to the 5 over 2 to the 3. That's 5 2's multiplying together. There they are, 5 of them. And on the bottom, we've got 3 2's multiplying together. Okay, let's see. Divide, 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 divide. We end up with 2 2's multiplying together, 2 squared. Obviously, you could write 4 as an answer, but what we're looking for here is some sort of a rule. Can we try and guess before we write it all out? Because it's a bit tedious. It's a bit boring. Okay, it's hard work to write it all out. Anyone want to guess what the answer for this one's going to be? Let's take a guess and let's try it. Okay, this is 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 3 more. 1, 2, 3. There's 7 6's on the top. Okay, and on the bottom we've got 2 6's. So now we can divide by 6 on the top and on the bottom. Divide by 6 on the top and the bottom. What have we got left? We've got 6 to the power of 5. Is that what you guessed? It's what I guessed. Right, let's do this one. 5 to the 7 over 5 squared. This is 7 5s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the bottom we've got 2 5s. Okay, we can divide the top by 5, it goes in once. The bottom by 5, it goes in once. We can do it again. Right, what have we got left? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5's multiplying together. We write that as 5 to the power of 5. Okay, the next one. 12 to the 8 divided by 12 cubed. Okay, so what we got now? We got 12 times 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope I've got 8. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there they are. Okay, and on the bottom we've got 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's divide the top by 12. Okay, goes in once. Bottom goes in once. Top by 12 goes in once. Bottom by 12 goes in once. Top by 12 goes in once. Bottom by 12 goes in once. How many 12s have we got left and where are they? There are 5 12s left. There's our answer. Okay, what do you think the answer is going to be to this one? Yeah, it's going to be 2 to the power of 6. Okay, because there are 8 2's on the top and there are 2 2's on the bottom. So when we cross out the 2's, there'll be 6 left on the top. Okay, if you're not sure, write it out. What about this one? This one will be exactly the same. This one will be 4 to the 6. Okay, because remember 4 to the 8 divided by 4 to the 2 is exactly the same as 4 to the 8 over 4 to the 2. This line, and we hope you know this line means divide. Okay, right, now what about this one? 4 to the 70 over 4 to the 20. Okay, you don't need to write it out. If there's 74's on the top, and on the bottom there are 24's. Okay, so there's 70 on the top, 20 on the bottom, and we divide them out 1 for 1, 1, 1. How many will be left? There will be 50 left on the top. Okay, right. You might think, oh, we can divide the 2's by the 2's. We don't. All right, these are not normal numbers. Okay, these are numbers with exponents. And we hope we've now got a rule for ourselves. Okay, and what the rule says is that when we divide numbers with the same bases, we subtract the exponents and keep the base as is. So we could write it as a to the b divided by a to the c, a to the b minus c. Also, when it's written in this form, a to the b minus c. Okay, just like with last time, if there are normal numbers, we can divide those separately. So normal 12 divided by normal 4, 3 as it's always been. 2 to the 8 divided by 2 to the 3, we just subtract the exponent and there's our answer. Right, now you'll see that we've got some space on this page, all right, and we'd like you before the next lesson to make up a couple of examples just involving the division. I'm going to make one up for you right now, and then you can make up some for yourselves and swap them with your friends. Okay, so for example, 7 to the 15 divided by 7 to the 3. Okay, try that one. It will be 7 to the 12. Halala. Right, before we next see you, try some. Compare answers with your friends, explain it to one another, try and help one another, and let's learn together. All right, have a great day.